Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 274 of your favourite Formula 1 show. Yes, Knowing Wheel returns, Jamie and I are back, and now we have to suffer through the winter break. It's that horrible time of the year where the race starts doing some really clickbaity stuff, 8 videos a week, talking about, why the 2026 cars have had a new stumbling block. I feel like every single video I see uploaded by them now is that something bad has happened with the 2026
You're probably
cars.
going after him, aren't you? We're only 30 seconds into this podcast.
We had a comment a couple of weeks ago saying that we deserve to be bigger than the race, and I tell you what, we will not quit slagging them off until we're bigger. Do you not remember when we went through our big oil money campaign against the race? It was a good time.
I don't, actually. Not at all.
Well, obviously they're owned by Aramco.
Oh, they are, yeah. I actually don't mind the race as a journalism platform, but videos... Their articles online are much better than the videos. The YouTube videos are just drawn out and clickbait.
The AI Rovo ones at the moment are so annoying. Like a third of the video is just about this AI assistant.
Oh, yeah.
How much is the Saudi state paying you for this one this time? Anyway, Jamie, that's not the point of this week's podcast. We're 30 seconds in and we've already gone on a decent ramble about our... I was going to say political rivals then, but that's not right. Podcast rivals.
Sounds about right, to be honest.
Today... we are going to be going through, drum roll please, we are going to be reacting to our predictions from the start of the 2025 season.
We are.
Now, normally, what we do for these is, we used to run a golf score, didn't we, of just, you got basically a point for how far you were away from where they actually finished.
Yeah.
And obviously lowest score wins. This year we're mixing it up. I think you said you found a slightly better system on a small channel, I want to say.
A channel, you already haven't heard of it. The P1 podcast with Matt and Tommy.
Well, one of them stolen my name immediately.
Well, exactly. That we were Knowing Wheel before they were, by the way.
We were, yeah. That's a fact. They stole our name and did about 4 videos with it.
Yeah, exactly. What's the point? This is where the real wheel knowledge is, obviously. And we're going to prove that in our predictions today.
Oh, you've hyped this up far too much immediately.
Because it's a much simpler scoring system, which means you basically, obviously both of us made a prediction for each driver.
Yep.
You get, whichever of us was closer gets a point.
Yep.
If one of us is bang on, you get 2 points. If you're equally as far away, it's a point each. If you're equally bang on, it's 2 points each. That simple.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So
the most points we can get is what, 40?
But the best score?
Yes.
Well, I was actually going to say in a minute, best score we can actually get is 42, because we both did accurately predict there would be 21 drivers.
True.
Yeah, and never forget Jack Doohan, of course.
No.
Always in our hearts. You see, he binned it on 3 days in a row at the
same corner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I did see
that. It was
that.
super formula testing. That's quite impressive. But not the point of today's video. I'm sure we'll get to talk about that more in the winter. So, I basically went back through and I've written up all of our predictions from the start of the year, because trying to edit the predictions on screen generally is the worst video I have to make each year. And I'm not saying that as a joke. I probably make somewhere between 1,000 and 1,200 videos a year, and that one sticks out as the worst I make each year. Just for how much of a pain it is.
So you didn't bother in this time last year?
No, so I didn't bother this. I think we were in a hurry for some reason. So what do we want to do, Jamie? Top to bottom, bottom to top?
You can do bottom to top, actual championship order, I think. That'd be good.
Actual championship order. Okay, right. So, F1 2025 didn't actually get this up ready to go.
That would be quite handy.
So, like I said, we did both predict there would be 21 drivers on the grid, so I guess that's a good thing.
That is a positive
straight
start.
Off the bat. First up then, Jack Doohan.
Yes.
JB183, where do you think you predicted young Jack Doohan?
We both put him last, surely.
We did. 21st, 21st,
okay.
2 points on the board.
Great start. Should we end the video there? I think that's a fairly good place to end.
That's probably as good as it gets. Yeah.
So 2 points each for putting Jack Doohan in 21st place. I'm quite happy with that because, I mean, it was obvious that it was going to happen.
The fact the writing was on the wall before the season even began was the most Flavio Briatore thing in the world.
Yeah. They literally signed Colapinto to be a race driver, but they signed him around the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. As a reserve. So, it was always going to happen. I feel a little sorry for Jack Doohan, but he was never going to put up any trees in F1. But he did deserve more than 6 races.
I honestly think he would have scored a point this year, though, had he done the full campaign. I think he would have somewhere got a point.
I'm not sure he would have done, to be honest.
I think he could have.
Bahrain was probably the best bet, and he didn't come 13th. He probably should have got a point there if he didn't lose.
He got a bit unlucky right towards the end, though, didn't he?
Well, he just got slow because he's a bad driver.
I thought it was basically the last safety car completely screwed him over right towards the end.
No, he just fell off the pace.
Fair enough. 20th then, Jamie. Of course, the other driver that failed to score a point this year, Franco Colapinto. Where do you think you predicted Colapinto?
I can't have put him much higher than 20th. I don't think I put him in 20th because I thought the Alpine might be all right. But we were clickbaited by the Bahrain testing where their only good track of the year.
Yeah, it really was, wasn't it? Because obviously they went back to Bahrain and then were competitive again.
Yeah, Gasly came 6th. He almost beat Verstappen in Bahrain.
He did. So you predicted Franco Colapinto in 15th.
Okay. Flipping heck.
Optimistic.
Okay. That's incredibly optimistic. What about you?
That is quite optimistic. I predicted him 17th.
Okay, so
that's
you get a point
to me. I'm pretty happy with that one. I don't buy into the Colapinto hype. He still probably ended up higher than he should have.
What, in 20th? Oh, in your predictions, sorry.
Sorry, my predictions, yeah. Should have had less faith in him.
Was he unlucky to score? He didn't get that close to scoring a point, did he? Throughout the whole season.
No,
really?
I think he ran 30 laps all year inside the top 10 or something mad.
That's pretty low, and that's probably all down to strategy.
Exactly. Yeah, just go hard and stuff.
I don't know how much longer at F1 he'll get if he doesn't pick it up next year, but yeah. I think 26, he's got to be close to Gasly, hasn't he, and get close to matching him. Otherwise...
Well, I think the thing is, Gasly will hopefully be a bit more fired up again.
Yeah,
because obviously
he wasn't
when
really trying,
Colapinto was close to Gasly, it was kind of Pierre knows he's got no chance of scoring in half these races, so he just doesn't care.
Exactly.
Locked in for a huge deal. It probably would have been discussed. I'm just not going to put the effort in this year because we ain't scoring.
Well,
but
he got him a handful, didn't he?
He did get him a handful of points, yeah, but it was kind of more earlier on in the year, wasn't it? Or kind of the second quarter of the season.
Yeah. Bahrain and Silverstone were 75% of his points, those two races.
I think 2026, though, again, is a good reset year for a lot of rookies and everything going on like that. P19 then, Jamie, of course, Gabriel Bortoleto. Honestly, a little bit unlucky, to end up all the way down in P19.
How many points did he finish on? But when you actually
look at the table... Sorry?
How many points did he get in...
19 points gave him 19th overall.
That's actually less
which
than I
is
expected.
Even more mad. The fact, had he scored another 13, he would have only moved ahead of Gasly.
Yeah, that's a bit crazy, because it feels like he had quite a good season, but then you look at the end result, and 19
He was
points.
probably one of the only drivers that didn't have... I guess he got 6th in Austria, didn't he? But he was kind of one of the only drivers that didn't have a huge result somewhere, it feels like, or a car that should have scored more points.
Well, his teammate did quite well. Where do you put Bortoleto? Exactly. I probably put him last. Or 20th, other than Doohan.
You put Bortoleto in 19th.
Did I? Bang on.
I put him in 20th.
Come on, 2 points for me. I'll take that. That's good.
I mean, to be fair, neither of us, a bit of a spoiler for a future conversation, neither of us predicted... We all thought Sauber were going to be in the bin again this year, didn't we? But they took a huge leap forward that everybody was shocked by.
I remember getting mocked for saying Sauber wouldn't finish last. And it was mostly because I said that based on Hopium, because of obviously Nico Hülkenberg. But I'm quite happy with that, because I know that I didn't put Hülkenberg behind Bortoleto.
No.
Because
by the laws of simple... Oh, no, I suppose you could have put him in 20th still.
So right now...
By the laws of simple mathematics, I can't have.
3 drivers in, it's 4-3 to me. So
4-3 to Jamie.
Doing well.
Up next then, Pierre Gasly. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I think... This is where the Alpine clickbait really stunned me, I think.
You know that comment you said about knowing wheel?
Yeah, exactly.
You guessed him in 10th.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
Not as bad as me. I predicted him 9th.
9th, so I get a point.
Yeah.
That feels like the dirtiest point.
We really did buy into Alpine. We're going to deliver this year, didn't we?
You know what? I don't feel that bad about it, because you look at the way they ended 2024... And obviously,
they got a double podium.
They got a double podium in Brazil, which was a lot of luck involved. But the way Gasly finished the season, he got 5th in Vegas. He qualified 3rd in Vegas before that, didn't he?
Yeah.
He then got a good result in Abu Dhabi. He basically, the form was best of the rest for the last few races.
Exactly.
And then they looked
were going to regress.
They looked good in Bahrain because it's the one track they were good at. So, you know what? 10th place. Where was it? 18th in the championship?
18th in the end, yeah.
That would be a +8 if we were playing golf, but...
Yeah, a +9 for me, yeah. I think you would just forfeit that hole at that point, a +9 if this was golf.
I've never played golf because I'm not middle class, so...
You're sorry. You go on holiday every other week. How can you be the one claiming you're not middle class?
What do you mean? I'm not. I'm only going skiing in a month. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're right. You're not middle class. You're upper class.
Brilliant. Golf's below me.
I've never skied in my life.
You should go. It's good fun. Yeah. Right. Let's move on before Matt starts mocking me again. Who was 17th in the championship?
Yuki Tsunoda, tied on points with Stroll and Ocon. Now, neither of us predicted Tsunoda would go to Red Bull, or I don't think we did.
No, anyway. I don't think we did either.
I predicted...
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, I predicted Tsunoda 16th, so pretty close, actually.
16th in a V-carb, though.
You got him bob on, 17th.
Again? I'm doing so well at this, what the heck?
Yep.
Okay. So I got, that again, that feels a little bit dirty, that I got 17th because I think I reasoned V-carb would be really bad.
Yeah.
And as it turned out, V-carb were pretty good, but he went to Red Bull and didn't score any points, so... I'll take the 2 points. It's currently 7-3, by the way, after the 4 points.
It's as bad as the normal predictions, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is not going well for me. 16th, of course, Lance Stroll. Resident just kind of there to make Alonso look good. You, JB183...
We must have put him around the right place.
Well, you predicted him 18th.
Oof. Sorry,
so only 2 away. It's pretty good going. I predicted him 15th.
Oh,
1 point to me.
7-4. And yeah, Stroll. I feel like Stroll just lives in like the lower.
He very rarely ends up at the bottom, does he? But he always ends up kind of in the bottom 2/3. He's kind of.
And he seems really
between
disinterested.
60 and 80% pretty much every year.
We say it every year. Like, I think if the car's good, he does put in a bit more effort.
He didn't get a podium in the 2023 Aston. When was the last? He hasn't had a podium in the Ground Effect era, has he?
No. His last podiums were in 2020.
20? Yeah.
Did he get one in 21?
No, I don't think so.
No, he didn't, no. Yeah, so in the pink Mercedes was the last time he got a podium. Would have been Sakir, I think. He came third, yeah.
Yeah, he got a podium there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was double Racing Point podium, wasn't it, with Ocon?
No, Ocon was in a Renault.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Ocon was in the Renault on the podium. That's just how bizarre that podium was.
And Perez went last to first and still beat Stroll in his same car. Yeah, exactly. Lance Stroll will just forever be in P16, 17, 18 probably. So I will continue
to a Q1 exit.
I will continue to predict him in that region next year as well.
Wonderful, I'm sure we will. Even if Aston Martin had a championship winner, Stroll would somehow finish the year 16th.
Yuki Tsunoda did it, didn't he?
Exactly. Up next, though, Esteban Ocon, JB183. What are we thinking?
I have no idea with Haas. They're always a bit of an unknown quantity, aren't they? I don't have a clue.
So you predicted Ocon in 12th? Not bad.
Okay.
Haas could have kicked on a bit stronger. There was potential there. I predicted him 14th.
Is that bang on? Was he? No.
1 point out.
1 point. Okay, so you get a point for that. We're back to 7-5. We're tracking pretty close.
I'm reeling this back in.
You are. Haas were just really weird.
Liam
Lawson? Yeah.
Yeah, Haas are weird, aren't they?
Yeah,
they
not
just
much more to say.
Even on a good year, they finish badly, and then on a bad year, they finish goodly. It's really weird.
Yeah. Liam Lawson in the Red Bull was our prediction.
Red Bull. Yep.
2 races and he's gone.
He finished the year 14th. You predicted him 7th.
Oh,
I predicted him 7th.
That was bold.
A point each.
Because Sergio Perez...
I don't think either of us deserve a point there.
So we get a point each. Sergio Perez didn't finish 7th the year before, did he?
2024?
And reason says that Perez is a better driver than Lawson.
Yeah, but Lawson, of course, has basically won in everything else he did. Perez finished 8th that year, but he was a distant 8th.
We put Lawson higher than where Perez was. Wow. Yeah, that's a bit surprising. I don't think we could predict that Red Bull would finish 17th in the championship. But we maybe
let's not forget as well, we did also both, spoiler alert, predict him to be ahead of Antonelli. That's why we bumped him up to 7th. We assumed he'd be better than a rookie.
I guess the Red Bull would be better than the Mercedes was part of that prediction as well, which arguably it marginally was. Certainly
it still was. it still was, especially towards the end of the year. The Red Bull kicked on quite well.
But it's currently 8-6.
I can understand our rationale, but it wasn't. Wasn't great.
I can. Not a great year for not a great Red Bull stint for Lawson, but his VCARB stint was okay, but not as good as Hadjar.
Flashes there. Oliver Bearman then, Jamie, 13th overall. Very, very good rookie season for him.
Yeah. Beat Ocon.
We both got him bob on. 13th for both of us. Yep. Staggeringly.
That means I didn't have him to beat Ocon, and you did.
Yes.
So fair play to that, because...
Yep. I saw the Ollie Bearman vision. You didn't believe in the hype from Formula 2.
I feel like part of the skill in predictions is which driver do you put ahead out of teammates.
Yes. Yeah.
And obviously you got that one right and I didn't, so fair play.
I would actually... we might have to go through that afterwards in another episode.
The scoring system says we both got it bang on, so I'm going to take the 2 points and move on.
Exactly. I bet you are. I mean, it was a good year for Bearman, wasn't it? Kind of kicked on strong right towards the very end. I believe that's the second most successful Haas season. I think I read somewhere. Only behind Magnussen in 18 for points scored.
That's a bit surprising. I thought Hulk did very well last year in the Haas, but...
He came 11th a lot, didn't he? Hulkenberg last year... Oh, no, we got the same amount of points as Hulk last year. 41 each.
Bearman will be taking that Ferrari seat in 27. When we come to our predictions, that will be locked in.
I'm sure,
by Lewis Hamilton.
Probably be right.
I'm not a hater, by the way. Someone commented the other day that I hate Lewis Hamilton. Not true. I just like to wind Matt up because he's a big Hamilton fan.
Exactly.
I like Lewis Hamilton.
The same way I like to wind you up about Verstappen.
Exactly.
It's good.
It's all just jokes. Don't worry about it. It's currently 10-8, by the way.
Oh no, that's not a joke. That's
I think.
Bad.
How many are we in? Like 7 in, 8 in?
7. Sorry, 7. So 8,
I'm on 10. That's pretty good so far.
You're doing all right. Bear in mind, someone has to score one pretty much every time.
True. Well, every time, not pretty much.
Exactly. Isaac Hadjar then, Jamie. Easily one of the biggest surprises of 2025. I'll say it immediately. Neither of us predicted him higher than where he finished the year. Because I think we just all assumed he was going to be in that V-carb for 1 year and then out of that V-carb when someone else came in. But we've said it a lot this year. Absolutely love Isaac Hadjar now. Yeah. Great guy. Helpful the fact he's a huge Hamilton fan.
And he's really funny. Like, he's actually got a sense of humour.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
And his team radios always make me laugh. And he's a good guy. And I like Isaac.
He is a good guy.
That's probably been the biggest surprise of the season for me, is that I've gone 360.
Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
I would be really intrigued to know how much media training he's had. Whether this is just genuinely his personality or Red Bull have played a blinder with him behind the scenes.
I'm not sure they have done very much with him.
Because he's been wanting to do like TikToks and stuff all year, which some of them have been hilarious as well. To his credit.
The V-carb admin definitely gets the drivers their money's worth, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
you predicted Hadjar.
I know it's bad. I know it's bad. Yeah.
20th.
Oh, didn't know it's that bad.
Yeah, that bad. I predicted him 18th though, so not much better, but that is a point in my favour.
For putting Isaac Hadjar in 18th place, well done.
Thank you. I'm happy.
10-9. You've almost taken the lead.
Only one in it. Nico Hülkenberg up next then, Jamie.
I feel like I'm confident on this because you were rinsing Sauber big time, so I must have put him above you, and therefore probably got it right.
Where do you think you put him? Just out of interest. Your hype man, Nico Hülkenberg.
I've forgotten a lot of where we put people, but I reckon around 17th or something like that.
16th.
Okay.
16th.
I
put him lower. 19th.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain I think at the start of the year we basically said, or I said, I think both of us said Bortoleto wouldn't score a point.
Yeah.
And I think I said Hülkenberg wouldn't, but would get like a couple of 11ths on count back in races of attrition. Or something like that.
And then
so they'd both be ahead of Bortoleto by courtesy of just, being at more races.
And round 1 was a 7th place.
It was, yeah. More points than Sauber scored in the entirety of 2024, wasn't it? By the end of race
in Rumble. And the car wasn't good at that point. It was Spain, really,
No, it was still well, to be fair, again, they were good at Australia the year before, weren't they? Bottas was in the points. And then, of course, that was when Sauber couldn't do a pit stop to save their lives.
They had a 2-minute pit stop, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah, weird one. But
so that's a point.
There we go. I'll take my point for Hülkenberg and move on. 11-9 in my favour at the moment.
Wonderful.
And that's the halfway mark, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Fernando Alonso up next then, in 10th spot. What are we thinking?
Probably around there, I reckon.
You predicted him 9th.
Oof.
Very good.
That's
going.
pretty good going. What about you? You're an Alonso
10th.
hater. You
Bob
put
on!
10th. Nah, 11-11 all. That is crazy.
Yeah, boy. I'm closing it
Alonso
back in.
had a quietly very strong season, by the way. And I don't think...
This is the thing, because I think a lot of people forget. I reckon overall that Aston Martin was probably... It had not as high highs as the Williams did. But I would have thought over the course of the year, it was probably pretty much right there with it.
Yeah.
It was just Alonso early on got a bit unlucky on it. He made a couple of stupid errors as well, but did get unlucky a couple of times. People like to sweep Australia under the rug.
Yeah. That was... all the rookies crashed as well as Alonso, and that was it.
And Sainz, but Sainz was in a new team.
Monaco...
Makes you kind of like, yeah. Monaco, he was unlucky. ERS failure.
Yeah.
So I think it's always that thing again with Aston Martin. You talk about, I think this was pre-show, you were talking about how it's difficult to measure the Mercedes because it was Russell and a rookie.
Yeah.
I think you can say the same about Aston Martin because you don't know how hyped up Alonso is, and then it's just Stroll that he knows he could beat.
But Stroll did beat Vettel and wasn't absolutely trounced by Perez back in the day. So
he didn't beat Vettel, did he?
Maybe not beat, but he was on a par.
Closer,
I think.
Yeah, closer.
So definitely. I don't know. Alonso did have a good year, 10th, I think. I was really surprised when he just popped up in 10th after Abu Dhabi. It felt like he should have been like 13th or so, but he has had a strong year and fair play. And if Newey, the magic happens, Alonso's the one to win his third 20 years after his second.
That would just be so eggy.
It
would
ridiculous.
look like a typo in books, wouldn't it?
It would. Yeah.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So 2 points to me there, Jamie. Next up then is going to be Carlos Sainz, who again kicked on strong right when it really matters, doesn't it? Right at the end of the year. We both said Sainz at 11th, interestingly.
Okay, a point each.
So, yeah, a point
each.
This
is going quite friendly at the moment. It's 12-12.
12-12. It'll all get tense, right?
Williams was a weird one, because Albon obviously smoked everyone in the first half of the season.
Yep.
And then suddenly...
Sainz, by his own admission, did say he struggled going back to the midfield earlier on, about how much more you've got to get your elbows out. You can't play races as strategically. Or you have to play them, in a different strategic way. He
said before the year, judge me after 10 races, didn't he? And it basically took him 10 races or so to get to grips with the Williams. And then obviously, second half, he was top. He was probably the strongest driver in the midfield.
Really kind of the final third, wasn't it? Kind of once we left Europe, Azerbaijan kind of ignited something in it, didn't it?
And he got that podium, second on the grid, third in the race, and then just ended up on the podium again in Qatar, which was a bit mad.
Yeah.
Because they were both podiums on pure pace. And I feel like the rest of the podiums we saw from the midfield were all a bit lucky. Obviously, Hulk deserved it.
Hadjar, I suppose, was on for fourth, wasn't he?
Yeah. Hadjar was on fourth, and then a mechanical failure struck Lando Norris. But, I feel like both of Sainz's there was not much carnage, chaos, and he just popped up in third place both times. Fair play.
Yeah, definitely. So a point there each. Alex Albon then, best of the rest this year. Really, really good campaign. Although, again, I think there are rumblings now about has Sainz kind of grappled that team into his favour. We'll wait and see. That'll be one to watch for next year. Could that get quite toxic? Which would be fascinating to see. You predicted Albon down in 14th, Jamie.
Oof.
You predicted him worse than Sainz for the year. I predicted him 12th, though. Also worse than Sainz.
Okay, but you get a point for being less wrong.
Exactly, yeah.
So you're actually taking the lead for the first time.
For the first time! Look at that. Into the lead we go. Happy with that.
13-12 with just the top 4 teams to go.
Wild. Minus Yuki Tsunoda.
Minus, 3.5 teams to go.
Andrea Kimi Antonelli then, Jamie. Probably one of the biggest unknowns coming into this season.
Yeah. Yeah, he finished 7th in real life.
He did finish 7th in real life.
I'm guessing
we both predicted him 8th.
8th, yeah, because he said they're behind Lawson, which was not great. Good season for Antonelli, but...
Again, a bit like Sainz, kind of kicked on later on, didn't he? You have that pole in Miami sprint that, of course, then immediately went down the drain.
Yeah, mostly thanks to Red Bull for releasing Verstappen into his path. But it was... Europe was very poor, and I'm not going to make it... I'm going to bring it back to the race, because they put Antonelli above Hülkenberg in their driver rankings, and I was a bit annoyed about that, because Antonelli spent the whole European season.
He's a rookie, to be fair. First season.
But you're not basing on who's a rookie. You're basing on who had a stronger
2025. They are, though. They literally say things like that factored in.
It was a good rookie season.
It's about how you kind of stack up against your expectations as well.
But it's not. It's about how well you performed in 2025.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The race don't do it just as on entirely how you performed. It's based on context. How you've adapted, new team, everything like that. Those things are all considerations.
That's dumb.
You just can't get salty, Jamie, that you don't like Antonelli and I saw the vision.
Well, there's some more comments. Fantastic. No, I think Antonelli's mid-season was very, very poor. But
he got unlucky a couple of times. And I remember talking to you after Silverstone, saying, of course, Australia did really well. Yeah. Silverstone, he was on for a really good race.
In the wet as well,
yeah, exactly. So he was, like we said, I think because of those 2 races were the worst in terms of conditions, he was the only rookie that didn't crash as such. But obviously, Silverstone he DNF, but that was because he got crashed into.
Yeah.
But he was the rookie with kind of that innate extra element still that I like to talk about from time to time.
And I do think he's probably got the highest ceiling out of any of the rookies.
Yeah, he's only 18 or exactly. 19 now, 19 I guess.
Now,
but...
yeah. But it was a good end, very good end to the season. Obviously, a couple of podiums in there. Brazil was strong.
Beat George a couple of times. Was a real thorn in George Russell's side towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Which was good to see, because Russell did do very well over the course of the campaign.
That will be interesting to monitor. At what point do we get like a Verstappen-Ricardo situation where Antonelli's the one with the momentum and the team favour? And at what point does George Russell have to leave, ultimately?
Yeah. Fascinating. Up next then, Lewis Hamilton did hang on for 6th overall.
I bet you put him really high here.
I didn't put him that high up. You put him 5th.
Okay.
I put him 2nd.
Oh!
I thought Ferrari, the end of last year, was so good in some races.
Does that mean you put him ahead, unless he went Ferrari 1-2, does that mean he's ahead of Leclerc?
Yes. I remember I said to you at the time, I thought Leclerc would outdo him in qualifying, and I said Hamilton would outdo Leclerc in the races. I've worn a Ferrari hat in every single podcast we've done this year to back my boy, and it's been for nothing.
Well, Lewis Hamilton's just over the hill now, isn't he, really? So, yeah.
2026 is the year, man. Top of my predictions.
It might, even if it is the year for Ferrari, which is highly unlikely, it won't be the year for Lewis Hamilton because Charles Leclerc.
Give Lewis a sniff in a good car, he'll be back.
No. I disagree.
Or put him up against Lance Stroll and people will hype him.
Exactly. Sack Leclerc, bring in Arthur Leclerc, and you might have a chance.
Exactly.
Not the best season. Probably actually comfortably his worst season of all time. Lewis
Hamilton. Got to be right up there, hasn't it? This was the dark ages.
No
of
podiums.
2009. Yeah.
No, fewer podiums than Nico Hülkenberg, which I never thought I'd be saying.
He's had less Ferrari-powered podiums in his career than Hülkenberg.
That's
apart
crazy.
From, I guess, 2007.
Well, it was still a Mercedes engine, just a Ferrari body.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, very, very poor season from Lewis Hamilton.
It
ties it up on 14-14, though.
Oh, no.
So,
Leclerc up next in P5, Jamie?
So I put Hamilton 5th, so I can't have got this one right. Probably 4th then for Leclerc, I guess.
You put Leclerc 4th, I put him 3rd.
Okay, another point for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I feel like we should have done this the other way round, so I never would have had a chance looking at this.
Charles Leclerc, strong season. Ferrari don't deserve him, and I know I sound like a Twitter e-girl.
You just copied exactly what the race said.
Exactly. I mean, it's true. Yeah, I can't disagree. That's why they're a good journalistic organisation. He's like always the prince, never the king at this point, isn't he? It's getting to the point where it's like, will Charles Leclerc actually win a championship? Despite, in my mind,
he might go down as one of the best of our generation not to win a title.
He's definitely better than Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. I think he's better than George Russell as well. But again,
it's the whole thing with Leclerc, isn't it, still, of he needs a championship contending car again, so we know if he's still a bottle job.
He's backed the wrong horse, really, hasn't he, in the prancing horse.
Yeah.
And hopefully Ferrari do pull their act together at some point for his sake.
I mean, how much longer can they go without winning another championship?
Yeah, mad, isn't it? 2008 Constructors was the last one.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
What was the score, sorry, Jamie?
15
16,
to me.
14?
14 to you. 15. So 1 point in it.
Still only one in it. George Russell, P4.
Okay, so I didn't get it bang on if I put Leclerc 4th, sorry.
You put him 6th.
Okay, not great.
I put him 5th.
Nice. Good point for you. Enjoy.
A point back to
Ties
me.
It
a
up,
critical
15-0.
point back to mine. And we've only got the top
and people
three
are
left
overhyping George Russell. He had a very strong season. I'm not saying he didn't have a very strong season, but I think he's had it a bit easy by being an arm's length clear of everyone behind him. and an arm's length off everyone in front of him. So it's easy to look really good when you're in that no man's land because there's nothing to compare him to.
It is the other little bits and pieces, though. He was the only driver to get to the checkered flag every single race this year. The only 2 laps he didn't do all season was Monte Carlo.
When he was lapped twice.
And that was because an engine issue in qualifying meant he basically that weekend was in the
Max
bin.
Verstappen did complete every lap other than when he got blown up by Kimi Antonelli.
Well, that's kind of irrelevant then, isn't it?
Is it?
Let me just double check as well before I say my next stat.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain apart from Monaco, he scored every weekend
every race.
as well.
Yeah.
Russell was incredibly consistent this year.
He was.
He kind of did.
He was.
He did everything he ever could of in that car.
But I struggled to rate him above some of the championship contenders because they were contending for a championship and he wasn't.
He got 11th in Monaco still.
Yeah, that's no points. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we'll talk more over the winter. We've got a lot of talking to do, but people rating George Russell first in their driver rankings, I'm like, no.
No, he wasn't the best driver of the year, but he certainly did do very,
he was up
very
there.
well.
He was in the top 3 easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very good season ultimately, and he is a champion in waiting as well, I think.
Yeah,
and
it could be a battle between him and Leclerc as the best not to win it at some point.
I think Norris. I think Russell will win it next season probably.
Fair enough. Get that locked in
based on the talk of the paddock.
Straight away, get that one locked in.
Yes.
P3, Oscar Piastri, of course, should have been champion.
Should have.
We won't talk about that. Yeah, could have, should have, would have.
They shouldn't have handed points away to Lando Norris.
McLaren British bias. We all know it exists.
This is pure bait. He was very strong for the first half. Way stronger than we expected, I think.
He was stronger for the first 2/3. He just can't do the flyaway races until you get back to the Middle East.
True. Did you see the press conference after Abu Dhabi? Before Norris arrived, they were questioning Verstappen and Piastri a little bit in Abu Dhabi. And someone was asking Piastri about the length of season and do they think that had any bearing on his championship. And he says, if you look at all my other championships, those seasons were 10 races, 10 rounds, obviously F2, F3. And Max pipes up, well, if this championship was 10 rounds, you'd be champion, right? And Oscar was like, yeah, thanks for reminding me.
This is the thing. If you split the championship into the first 8 races, the middle 8 races, and the final 8 races, Oscar would have been champion in the first 8, champion in the second 8, and Max would have been champion in the final 8. Lando wouldn't have won a championship.
Lando was pretty close to middle third, though, wasn't he? He would have been not that far off.
First third, I think he was 2 points behind Oscar or something like that.
Yeah.
There wasn't much in it in the first third.
And it's easily his strongest year, Piastri. And he will kick on. I do think if the McLaren remains dominant, they will begin to share the championships over time, I think.
I still think it's kind of that how much they've both got. The thing is with both Lando and Oscar, I think, is that I don't believe either of them are at their peak still.
Norris must be getting there. He's 26.
Yeah, but my point, more was I just don't think they both deliver as well as they possibly could.
Yeah.
But then they're going, are either of those drivers people that are capable of kind of hitting their peak?
I don't think
it does take a very special driver. No, but I think my kind of point is, you look at like a Hamilton or a Verstappen, they're able to kind of hit, kind of their peak.
But they're two of the best drivers of all time. So
exactly, that's my point. Lando and Oscar aren't Hamilton or Max by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
Second.
Hang on. You haven't handed out your points.
Oh, sorry. Piastri, you predicted third. I predicted fourth.
2 points for me. I think I know where this is going.
I think I do as well. Mainly
so that makes it 17 for me, and 15 for you.
Yeah.
And it also means that I've got my top 2 spaces left, whereas you put Lewis Hamilton in second. So, let's see.
Max Verstappen, P2.
Yeah, I think I put him second.
I predicted him second. Jamie predicted him 14th.
Did I really?
No, you predicted him second. I predicted him sixth. I think.
And
to be fair, we've seen the Red Bull downfall is still playing out, even right now. It's
sixth
happened.
place
Give it
is
time.
so rude, and I said this at the time. You putting Verstappen in sixth was mad, and I maintained
Appreciate my logic, though. Appreciate my logic. I figured, based on towards the end of 2024, McLaren were going to be better, comfortably better.
And they were.
We also thought Ferrari were going to be comfortably better, for the most part.
Even then, though.
And I think I also said Mercedes was going to have a better car.
I mean, that is fair enough, but Verstappen just makes a difference, doesn't he? And going
Red
from
Bull over the course of the year had the second best car still. Don't get me wrong, Max, I know I've said it before, Max shouldn't have been in that fight.
No.
But still.
But the Red Bull in the hands of Verstappen was the second fastest, yeah. But I think if you put two ordinary drivers in that Red Bull, it would have been third or fourth. But Max is just special. Well, if you put Lawson and Tsunoda in it, it would have been ninth in the championship.
Yeah, it would have been behind VCAR by a long way.
Yeah, I think Verstappen... You put him one place ahead of Liam Lawson, which...
I just predicted Red Bull to be a distant fourth, but Antonelli obviously to be a rookie.
We all thought it'd be more drawn out, so the points would be a bit more spread out. Yeah, I'm happy with putting him second. I think a lot of... I mean, the race put him first, didn't they? I watched back. No, that was P1, the other predictions podcast. They both had Verstappen winning the championship. So I think to put him second and get him bang on, I'm going to blow my own trumpet a little bit there. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, done very well. Done very well.
And it's 19-15, so you're done.
It's all
GG.
Over. It's all over.
So
which is
last
good,
one.
because we both predicted Lando to be champion.
Yeah, which, you know what? I was thinking back across all the seasons of Knowing Wheel that we've done. I think, other than 2021, where I'm pretty sure I said Lewis Hamilton would still win, other than 2021, I've got the last 4 champions correct every year.
They haven't been that hard to predict, though, have they?
But I bet if you did a 4-year accumulator of the odds, I reckon you get pretty good odds on that. So maybe...
Well, if you predicted 4 years' worth in 2022...
Yeah, true.
Absolutely, but...
Yeah, but you didn't get 4 in a row because you put Charles Leclerc one year, as you might.
Did I? Was that 22?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, could have.
I mean, Lando Norris, he did enter the season as favourite. Or obviously George Russell and the likes were all mugging him off in Bahrain testing, being like, "Oh, here comes the championship favourite." Yeah. And to be fair, he got it over the line. So we spoke about it a lot last week. He is a worthy champion, but it wasn't. It was a Jacques Villeneuve championship, not a Michael Schumacher championship. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fairly. I still think that Williams was that Williams in 96 and 97 was undeniably one of the most dominant cars not to dominate championships.
Yeah,
I think Villeneuve and Hill was such a bad combo for a championship winning. It's like people going, "Oh, Norris is on the same level as like Hill." You kind of go, "Well, he's not really, is he? He's better than Damon Hill." Well,
we'll see what happens after this year, won't we? If Norris just disappears. And Piastri
he joins Arrows.
Yeah, exactly. Where's Arrows getting back? Yeah. So the final scores on the doors. Wait, I haven't added on 2 more points.
21-17.
21-17, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy we did that the other way around. Otherwise, it would have just been you with a clear-cut advantage pretty much all the way through because of the top 3.
We kept it close.
Yeah.
I was very happy. I'm not going to... Obviously, I wanted Verstappen to win the championship, but it was a nice consolation because I knew that I'd put Norris, Verstappen, Piastri as my top 3. So to get the top 3 bang on in March, I'm pretty happy with that.
Pretty good going. Pretty good going. I bought into the Ferrari hopium, which ultimately cost me.
Your top 3 was Norris, Hamilton, Leclerc.
Yes, it was.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I have to be like Knowing Wheel 0.5 from now.
Knowing Wheel and Matt 212.
Yeah.
Yeah, not my greatest. Not my greatest. If you guys remember what your predictions were at the start of the year, please share them with us. Because, I mean, we've got bold predictions as well that we could go through as well at some point, which could be quite funny. Jamie, have we got anything else to add, though? It's always quite good fun at this time of the year, isn't it? We can be a bit more chill. We can do some fun shows.
We'll cover the news at some point. Helmut Marko's gone, so that's positive for everyone. Nothing else to add.
No. Jamie will be off skiing, I'm sure, by next week, because he's not middle class, apparently.
No, next week that's actually come quicker than I thought. I'm flying to the south of France next week. So nice.
You're not middle class, though, are you?
Hey, my parents live there. What can I do?
How is that not middle class? You dig that hole even deeper. That's ridiculous, sir.
I can't change where they live, I'm afraid. All I can do is go there for Christmas.
Fair enough. fair enough. I could cope with that, to be fair. I could cope with that. It's just England's so grey and gloomy. Right, this isn't a depression show. We're going to stop talking about that.
Let's end before we talk too much about the UK.
Thank you all, as always, so much for listening. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed. And Jamie and I will return maybe later on this week, maybe next week. It's Christmas time. We'll kind of record as and when we see fit.